Dr. Henry, welcome to the show. Give me some love.
Yeah,
Love.
Good to see you, Paul. Thanks for having me on the show.
You. It's a pleasure. When I started the show, you were one of the first people I thought of. We met at the Velvet Lounge in East-Setauket. Mm-hmm. You were raising some money for a great thing that you do, which I want you to talk about. But it blew my mind. I was like, this is awesome.
I was raising money for Mission Life International. They're a group I'm on the board of directors with right now. And we have an orphanage in Haiti. I'm partnered with a man, the amazing Dr. Peter Morgan. None of you guys would know him, but I could go on forever just on the work he does. And it's something that kind of found me about 5-6 years ago. And I've since been to Haiti 13 times. I'll be down there again the end of December. And the work that I do down there's a couple of things, but we've built the only chiropractic orphanage in the world through fundraising and stuff like that. And we feed and house and clothe and educate at times up to 29 kids. We employ a few people who work there. And the other part of that is that I'm a chiropractor now for 31 years. And we bring Dr. Morgan and he's been down there 96 times, this incredible guy. But we have mission trips, which are not like the traditional Christian trips, even though they were very spiritual. And on Sunday mornings, we're usually in a church in Haiti and doing, very spiritual people. But it's not really a Christian mission trip. We're chiropractors, and we have students from different chiropractic colleges around the country and around the world even come to these trips where, like the last trip, I supervised about 40 students, myself, Dr. Morgan, that, yeah. Right? I post some stuff on Facebook to show people what we're doing. And that part of the trip is I'm helping these young people who are studying to be chiropractors to become the great chiropractors they'll be one day, but just help them to get there a whole lot quicker and faster, not just through our mentorship, but because we go to these different sites where we're known as the touch healers.
You're literally healing with your hands. It's not like a very religious...
that's chiropractic means done by hand. So down there, we're not encumbered by all the red tape and insurance and paperwork and all the stuff that really has nothing to do with people who do hands-on healing. And we adjust. The last trip, we estimated that we adjusted 33,000 children in 8 days. And of course, here in the United States, you'd say, well, why would these children need adjusting again? The people in the United States have no idea what chiropractors do, or at least chiropractors like me who practice chiropractic in a most traditional form. The short and sweet of that is that your nervous system, your brain, your spinal cord, your nervous system controls everything your body does every second of your life. It's pretty much ignored by the medical community. It's the whole focus of what I do.
It sounds a little important. It sounds like we should be worried about it.
It's extreme. I can use a lot of different examples, but I use myself. I went to a medical doctor for the first time in 14 years recently because I'm going to be 60, and I thought it might be a good idea to get a colonoscopy. There are things that chiropractors, of course, align with in the medical world, as well. But I was sitting in the doctor's office, and I'm back in the room, and the physician's assistant comes in, and she's at the computer, and she says, I see you're 59 years old. Yes. You don't take any medications? No. You don't take anything over the counter? No. There's nothing. There are no boxes checked. What's wrong? There's nothing wrong. I'm here to get a colonoscopy. And she was like, what do you mean I can be 59 and have nothing wrong? And I said, well, I've been seeing a chiropractor for the last 35 years pretty regularly. And yes, of course, my back hurts less than most other people, but it's not really about your back. It's about your brain being able to communicate with every cell in your body optimally so it knows what to do. And that's why everybody should see a chiropractor. They should be checked right after they're born, which is something we do in Haiti when we have the opportunity. Another side thing is that we've been working with a group called Mama Baby Haiti, where they've been spearheading in third world countries, or at least down in Haiti, trying to decrease the percentage of women who die giving birth to babies. And a lot of times it's just because they're not getting care and they're not getting simple services that it's having a baby, it's not a medical condition, but it's nice for a woman to have somebody who understands what's going on to be there and help. And
resources and services for them. Yeah.
And on our side, I was just down there checking and adjusting a lot of pregnant women. The main thing that we do as chiropractors is in areas where they're not able to do ultrasounds through palpation, through feeling. I can now feel where the baby is. I can tell you whether at 6 months, whether the baby's head is down or it's spun the wrong way up. And then there are certain techniques of pressing ligaments. Famous chiropractor Larry Webster is one of the people who came up with these techniques. But I was just down there. I adjusted like 40 women, and there weren't any babies that were born at that time, but we're adjusting newborns, and again, it's so gentle. We're not down there on these
They make
little.
it look like that on YouTube. They make it look like they're doing some crazy stuff.
No, they don't. What you're probably referring to is that a doctor in Australia did something that was a beautiful thing, but he happened to have the baby. One of the ways to check the spine in an infant without muscle tension is I don't hold them upside down, but you kind of tip them down and let the head. And this guy, it was a little nothing. And the craziness of it is that while they're looking to make it law in Australia that no child under 12 should be allowed to see a chiropractor, when they polled something like 400,000 people who had brought their kids, they had a 98% completely happy at the services of the doctor. It's just, crazy.
I want to ask you something.
Go ahead.
There was this video of you, and I think we want to try to clip it into your segment here. You were adjusting, I think, an 80 or 90-year-old woman.
No, she had just turned 100.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That was amazing. That video. Can you talk about that a little bit? We're going to play it in this video. But
love it. Yeah, there's actually 2 videos. This is one of those situations where they dropped me and one student at a hospital. We were on the Dominican Republic side. We're right on the border. Sometimes we're doing work over there as well. We're on the Dominican Republic side. They dropped the 2 of us at a hospital that we had never been to. We don't know exactly what it's going to be. And there's 120 people waiting to get adjusted. And it's me and a pretty competent student, but it's like
a lot of people.
So I understand right away what needs to get done. I get the student in a room and I say to and my Spanish is, I'm not fluent, but I'm pretty good. I can say the things I need to say. Anybody that's just here because their lower back bothers them, you're going to go in the back room with Paris. Her name is Paris, graduating very soon. If you're out there, Paris, shout out. To all the students, by the way, they're amazing. But anyway, we in like 100-degree weather, I had just worked my ass off for about 4.5 hours, blowing through
during this experience.
Yeah. So that the people and everybody else comes to me, and because of the situation, I'm adjusting people's necks in the chair, and it's. But in any event, at the end, a woman of about 60 says that her grandmother had a stroke, and. So right off the bat, I'm like, fine, let's go.
Where is she?
Yeah. So they lived a few miles up the road. We get there, and I find this 99-year-old woman laying in a bed, barely conscious. Wow. She's not really talking, but making some noises and stuff. And sure enough, I check her, and I adjust her. And again, here in the United States, they'll tell you that people who've had strokes, chiropractors shouldn't touch. Every person with a stroke should be adjusted by a chiropractor, not the guy at the gym who cracks their back. Somebody like me who's been doing this for 30 years, who can put my hands on anybody and influence their body in a positive way. So anyway, I adjust the woman, and she immediately, you see in the video how she starts kind of talking, and she becomes well, the next time. So anyway, this is the first time I'm down there in July. I come back in October. I have no idea if the woman is still alive, but sure enough, we make our way and we get there. We surprise the family. They were like, they couldn't believe I was there, but she's still alive. She hadn't moved or no contact with anybody in over a day. I go in, I had different students, different trip, and I check her. And sure enough, we do one little thing, the top bone in the neck. And you can watch the video. I don't rip her head around. There's no reason to ever do anything like that. No, it's the tiniest little thing, but it's the tiniest little thing exactly where it needs to be with the right amount of force in the right direction. And I didn't see it because I was looking at the woman, but as soon as I do this tiny little move, the arm comes up. And you watch and that's when I realized she was kind of getting as conscious as she was going to be. I mean, the woman could have died any second. She's 100 years old. She had a stroke 3-4 months ago. But, like I said to the students, I said, if she's let's let her family hang with her. And if you want to show that, great. There are a lot of people in my profession who don't like videos of adjusting being shown. They think that kids are going to go home and try it, or I mean, it's to me, it's kind of silly. I'm trying to show that a 100-year-old person who has had a stroke can have somebody like me who has 30 years experience doing this with incredible training and whatever you want to say.
But watching it, I gotta say, just from outside of looking in, no experience in this field, the expression on her face, the body language, because I'm seeing from a different point of view than you are. You're kind of in it. It almost looked like there was a sense of just release and just like a sigh. And she didn't say much. She didn't jump up and, oh my God, of course not. She's 100 years old. But in that moment, you can tell that there was just this moment that she had, and you were there with her. And the energy you were giving off before it. And I want to talk to you about that, because this show, we talk a lot about energy, the spiritual aspect of energy. When you're adjusting these different people, how much of it would you say is that energy, that spiritual connection with that other person, rather than just the hands on the person? Great question, Paul. But I want to know for you is, how has your experience changed as you learned and got deeper into your practice?
I'm improving all the time. And right now, the improvements that I make aren't so much because my physical skills, my abilities to feel and know. It's about my ability to focus, connect. It's the intention that I have, that when I'm putting my hands on them, most of the time when I'm doing the most important thing, which is aligning the usually top bone or top 2 bones in your neck, my eyes are closed. I see those bones. I see exactly what I'm looking to do. And it's, while you don't get that same response out of, if I were to adjust to any of you guys, especially if you've never been adjusted, most of the time the thing I hear is wow. People go wow, and then they smile, and it's like kind of
Can I put you in the spot? You like me? Can I put you in the spot to do something to my
What, you want me to adjust you?
Yeah, can you do it right now on the show?
Sure.
Let's do it. Do you need to be talking during it?
Just
wish me luck, guys.
Just sit there. Good. Okay, he's left atlas. Okay, so this is C4. I'm going to bring your head up. Good. This is all very gentle. If you watch how much force I use, just let your head fall to the side. Just let it kind of fall. Good. Easy.
Whoa.
Well, it wasn't wow, it was whoa.
Whoa.
Okay, good. Is he smiling like a goon? Good. Same. Easy. Nice. Gentle. Wow. Power's on.
I just have nothing to say. I feel like a new person.
So really again, you could say, wow, he took 10 seconds. He didn't take an X-ray. Blah 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 blah. I go down to Haiti with students who are learning, and we'll adjust 33,000 children in a week. You know how many calls and complaints we get? You know how many children we injure? None. And to all the people who might be out there who are thinking, when they go speak to somebody who may not know chiropractic or may not like chiropractic, but they speak to some health professional about it, and the health professional brings up, well, you can bring your child to the chiropractor, but they might paralyze them. My question then is to that health professional. You should ask them, really, and how many children have you seen paralyzed or injured by chiropractors? And you know what the answer is going to be? None. 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 And the kids that we help and the people that we help, I kind of jokingly have said to people, I used to be with the Chamber of Commerce in Three Village community. An amazing woman, Yvonne Spreckles, I think is her last name, does PR for Stony Brook Hospital, that does so many of these different crazy, amazing things. And I once said to her, how many medical doctors do you have affiliated with Stony Brook University? She said, it's probably about, with admitting privilege, maybe about 10,000. I said, how many of them are chiropractors? And, she said, well, none. And I said, why do you think that is?
Yeah, why?
They'd have empty beds. We're bad for business. When your nervous system communicates whatever is wrong has its best chance of going right, and if your nervous system doesn't communicate, it's like trying to get the light bulb on the light to work, but the switch on the wall is off. Doesn't matter if you change the bulb or rewire,
the connection.
flip the switch on. We're the guys that flip on the switches, and sometimes it's dramatic and immediate. Yeah. Sometimes it takes time. And for the people who go to chiropractors and then decide that, you know what, I'm feeling great, I'm fixed, and you disappear. Well, you know what, you have the same habits that brought you to why you probably went to the chiropractor in the first place. If you've been suffering for 10 or 20 or 30 years with something, and you go to somebody like me, and you find out in a matter of a week, you're feeling 70, 80% better, or in a month or two, you're feeling 80, 90% better, why is your first goal to stop coming?
No, you want to keep that.
If you stop taking good nutritional products and eating healthy foods,
I ate a salad once, I'm good.
You don't get the benefits. If you stop going to the gym, you stop getting the benefits.
I had one protein shake, I'm done for the year.
That's it?
No, but you're the type of guy, every time I see you, always have good energy, you're always willing to help people, you're always doing the charity work, and as you know, I do the similar stuff, and it's changed me. And it's kind of like chiropractor. If you're doing it and it works, why stop? You got to keep it going. You got to be consistent with it. For people who are watching this and that want to reach out to you and maybe try for the first time or maybe switch to you, what's the best way in getting contact with you?
I've been branded. I am now drhenri.com. Henry is with an I, DRHENRI.com.
And we'll post your number. We'll also post this information too.
I don't practice full-time anymore. I stopped about 2 years ago. When I started increasing the amount of mission work that I was doing. I've kind of morphed to where I'm in an office in Port Jeff, usually 1 or 2 days a week, but I also take on special cases. Sad, I've got a gentleman who broke his neck. The medical people did an amazing thing to save his life, but he's got plates and the whole thing, but he's pretty much paralyzed from the nipple line down.
Wow.
And I've been starting to work with him. We're hopeful that he'll get back as close to full as possible. That's, again, my job is just to align things and let the nervous system work freely. After that, it's not really up to me.
I gotta say, after what you just did there, I've always had problems. Luckily, nothing with an injury or anything, sport injury. But every once in a while, my neck will get very tight, and I just noticed after that adjustment, my posture, I feel a little better, and I just feel less tension in my neck. Okay, so we'll be posting all your information in the description. I appreciate you coming on. I hope that you come back on down the road as a guest again. But thanks for coming on. Bring it in. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. All right. He said no kisses, but it almost looked like you went for a kiss.
We both went the same.
Cheers. Thanks for coming on.
Cheers. You're welcome.